20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
Hi guys.
Welcome to the porch.
Yeah, how you like that intro?
My name is Michelle Moras,
Brian Swanson.
and this is Denim and Pearls
Yes. Business casual
with Pearls of Wisdom.
from the porch. We've got this down. It's getting better. Awesome. So today, what are we going to cover today? We are going to, if you've seen our intro earlier this week
Of Brian painting.
of painting, going crazy with the paint, and it kind of brought up a concept of what in the world is going on there when we want to try and fix stuff. And I got to the point where I needed to change my carpet, scared to death to pull the carpet up because you just do not know what is under there. You don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what you're going to have to repair or fix or whatever. And then the next thing you know, once the carpet's up, we had to paint the walls. So painting the walls, so if we look at this bit from a business standpoint, sometimes we got a lot of problems out there or problems come up and we ignore them. It's kind of like looking at that carpet and going, I just don't want to pull the carpet up.
And we've been talking about this for about a week now because I'm like, Brian, do you really want to touch that carpet?
No.
And he's like, no, I don't. I said, okay, when you pull that thing up, what's going to be underneath it? And so we started talking about the shifting in businesses and things of that nature. It's like give a mouse a cookie. When you take the carpet up, then you look down, you're like, oh no, there's a stain under that. Oh, then you have to take the next level up. Oh no, and there's something else. Oh, and it just kept going. And then the next thing we know, it's like, oh, now I've got to take the baseboards off, and he just kept, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's like, how often do we do that with businesses, with our clients, with our families,
With everything.
and with everything, where you take one little thing off thinking, oh, it's going to take me 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks later, you're still working on, you haven't even got to the main problem, right?
I mean, we're talking about carpet right now, and we're talking about painting the walls. I mean, I didn't go crazy and knock a wall out or anything, and like add on another room because why not while I'm there?
Yet.
Yeah. Hey, don't give my wife any ideas.
No, I'm thinking we need a studio.
Studio apartment on the back. Yeah, there we go. The maid's quarters, is that what they used to call them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the mother-in-law house. I think.
Mother-in-law house, yeah. I actually, there was a story there too. My mother, my personal mom, she always said, well, when you get rich,
Your personal mom opposed
Yeah,
to your
not my
non-personal mom?
as opposed to my mother-in-law.
Okay. I was
So
just making sure.
my mom, always said, when you get rich, you can build me a house. And I said, you know what? I think I will. I'm going to get like 5 acres of property, and I'm going to build my house, and I'm going to build her house. And then she has to call me to come get her because she's so old.
No, you get her a golf
So
cart.
she can't show up unannounced that way.
Get her a golf cart and she can ride back and forth through the yard. That's easy.
so so going back to business in this case, sometimes we look at what's going on in our businesses, and sometimes we're scared to death to pull the covers back. We're scared to death to pull the carpet back, and you don't know what you're going to find. I mean, for example, when it goes into doing what's right and getting your licenses for your business alone, you get that first license and you're like, oh no, that means I have to have this license to have this license, or I've got to get this to repair this. And I know this is so generic, but it's so hard to come up with all of those ideas of just what can possibly happen.
Well, and that's why when I started my business, I started it just kind of, I just went. And then when it came around tax season, that's when I realized I didn't do what I needed to do to get things done right.
Right.
And so that was my give a mouse a cookie experience in my business. Was I went to the accountant, he goes, well, do you have this? I went, why do I need that? And he goes, you need to have a separate this. And he just walked me through it. I'm like, okay, this 5-minute process of I'm just going to do what I do went to I needed this, I needed that, I
Right.
needed that. And then now with all the new tax laws, it's like, and now I need this and I need that. I do, wait a minute. You know how I used to only go to you once a year? Can you just take it? I mean, I cannot track this anymore.
This is a hat I want to remove.
Yeah.
It's all yours.
And it's about prioritization. Okay. It's all about prioritization in everything. So like if you see something in your business on the carpet and there's a stain, is it worthy of just spraying it and cleaning it?
Mhm.
Or is that stain deeper that you have to pull it?
That's the iceberg theory, right?
Yes, that's exactly where
So
I'm
it's like
after.
really part of small at the top, and who knows what's down below.
Yes, and that's the same thing with the business thing, where we're
Right.
talking about needing different paperwork and
Right.
EIN numbers and things of that nature. Prioritization. I realized that the amount of work it took me to pull that piece of carpet up and clean underneath it and then have to adjust it because once I cleaned that top part, it was cleaner than the rest of my carpet. So I had to clean the rest of my carpet, that kind of thing. And
Spot removal leads
yeah,
to the entire.
yes. And it was like, then it didn't match the other part of the carpet going up the stairs. So I had to go up the stairs. So the same with the business is I went, you know what? Time out here.
Right.
My time is far more precious than the amount of time it's going to take me to do what needed to be done. And
Right.
that's when I look for someone else to conspire with and say, okay, can you take my taxes? I need someone to help me do this. Or, Brian, can you do the tech stuff here? Because, okay, what you did here in 3 minutes to set all this up took me half an hour before.
Right.
And so you learn in your business that when there's a stain on your carpet, are you the one to clean it? Or do you need someone else?
Hey, check it out. Hummingbird.
I know it keeps coming back and forth. It's so
Squirrel.
cute.
Anyway, another example of that is somebody that I know started a business, was getting paid, and the checks were coming to her name.
Oh.
Okay. However, what they didn't understand is that once you have your business name on something, it has to be a business account.
Mhm.
So when she went to cash the check in her personal account that had her business name on it, the bank is like, wait a minute.
Who is this?
Yeah, who is this? We don't know who this business name is. Well, you've been cashing my checks all this time. Well, the name was personal. Well, now the checks are coming in. Now she has to have a business account.
No,
So
like
it's
someone like
one thing
me.
leads right to another.
One thing leads to another. No, but the thing is like with me, my business name is my name, Michelle Moross.
Well, there would have been genius.
But my corporate name is Moross Inc. My umbrella is Moross, my last name.
Yep.
Okay, so the incorporation, it has my coaching, my training, my speaking, the contracting work. It's everything is under that big umbrella.
So while we're on this, why don't you tell her?
Michelle Moross is one of the subs.
Yeah, why don't you tell them what you do while we're at this?
Hi, my name is Michelle Moross. I'm a communications.
A comedian?
I'm a comedian too. I'm a communications coach, and I'm a corporate trainer. I'm an author. I'm a podcast host of 2 podcasts. This one, I'm a host with him, Denim and Pearls. And then I also have Mental Shift, where I interview other entrepreneurs, other business people about their businesses and how they've had a mental shift to become who they are. So what I do is I'm a messenger. I help people fix their messaging so that they're not only communicating properly to the outside, to their potential clients and representing themselves well, but to the communication they're doing in their head to themselves so that they can project and portray who they really are.
Now, if you weren't paying attention, that was an impromptu advertisement. That was also an impromptu 30-second. Yeah. Or what we also know as an elevator speech.
I'm a pro at that. If you need help, reach out to me.
There you go.
You notice, but you also notice my voice changes.
I think we all do that.
It's important to change your voice. Not everyone does it. And what you'll find out if when you go to networking meetings, and even especially right now with all the Zoom meetings, we're a little detached here.
Right.
But even on Zoom meetings, and they say, we're going around the Zoom and introducing each other and introducing ourselves. If you get on and you still keep on your normal voice and you're up here and you say, hi, my name is Michelle. I'm a speaker and da 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 at your normal pace, people check out.
Oh yeah, real quick.
So, tidbit of information for you. Lower your tone just an itty bitty bit. Slower your pace a little bit and say hi.
Hi.
What I do is do you have an inner critic that tells you you can't? So you always start with a question. Because really what people are doing in their heads in the networking meeting is, oh my God, I'm next. Oh my God, I'm next. Oh my God, I'm next. That's all they're hearing. So if you say, hi, my name is, and you say your name first, on Zoom calls and all these other, they have virtual calls, have your name on the bottom. Okay. So don't worry about saying your name. They're going to see your name. So say, what solution do you solve? How you do it a little bit, and then contact me. Get off. That's how you do it. It's
nice. That was sub training.
Yes, it was.
We might have to break that out into a segment.
We should. Now, so back to our thing about prioritization. So many times in a business, we get entrepreneurs. Raise your hand if you are. Many of you are raising your hand out there. I'm quite sure of this. If you're out there, entrepreneurs, please share, like, subscribe, and share this with a friend, because here's the thing about entrepreneurs: we are easily distracted by shiny objects,
Hummingbirds.
hummingbirds.
Yes.
We're easily distracted. So when you have a stain on your carpet, when you have one little thing in your business that you need to fix, you get easily distracted by other things that really don't matter, which is why we wanted to talk about prioritization. There are things you must concentrate on, and there's things that are really mouse bait, and you disappear.
Well, I think some of it is actually beneficial too, because once you do pull up the carpet, once you pull up the pad and you look underneath on the floor, this is a heck of an analogy. I like this. Anyhow, you look on the floor and you realize you've got to replace the boards, the subfloor. Well, if you don't replace them, you're going to have a future problem that you know of. It's not one of those things that it was hidden and then you fell through the floor and ended up in the basement in somebody, you're the daughter's bedroom or something.
Well, and that's the whole thing.
So
If you decide to ignore it, like he said, it's still, the problem's still there.
yes.
This is your business we're talking about. If you find a problem that's deeper on the foundation of the upper problem that you initially saw, you must address that first. And the prioritization scale, that's number one. It's the cornerstone that will make everything else fall later. Fix that first.
And a lot of times we talk about our businesses building it as a house.
Hey, Nicholas is here, and so is
Yeah.
Marcel.
Yeah, Marcel's here.
Be share.
But we talk about having a foundation for our house, because the house is going to fall down if the foundation isn't any good. And we're talking about carpet and those kind of things. But when it comes to our businesses, the foundation has got to hold up the rest of the house. If it doesn't, then the whole business crumbles, and you become one of those statistics where they say when you open up a business, it's going to last 3 years. If you're that lucky.
If you're lucky.
The majority of business, especially on the retail side, if you get past the 3-year mark, you're typically doing really, really well. Otherwise, that just probably means you didn't build the foundation right, which means you didn't look at your demographics, you didn't look at who you were serving, you didn't look at who's driving by, you didn't look at the traffic patterns or the parking patterns or anything like that for your business when it comes to retail. When it comes to home-based business, you just presume, because we never use that word assume. Yeah, we know why. But we always presume in our home-based businesses, we get caught up in the emotion of how exciting it'll be to be rich one day because we can sell to everybody. Well, if you don't build the foundation and understand where your market is, a lot of times that business will fail in the first couple of 2 to 3 years at the most.
Oh, Heather. Oh, wait,
What?
wait. Nicholas said ADOLAS, attention deficit. Oh, look, a squirrel. I have to point that out. Sorry. And then Heather, prioritization helps keep focus and productivity. And
Well,
that is
see,
very true.
to me, that's a hard one. You talk about the Briggs, what is it, Myers Briggs? You talk about Myers Briggs and the
And DISC
personalities
and all that. Yeah.
and DISC and all those other
Bank.
things. I learned it as STAR. So somebody who's structured, somebody who's technical, somebody who's action,
Okay.
and somebody who's relationship. That's how I remember it.
That works. It's the same thing.
When it comes to prioritization and all these things, that even the thing that you talk about all the time, Spock, no, not Spock. What's it called?
SWOT.
SWAT.
Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats.
Right. When you look at that, it takes organizational skills.
Yes.
Or structure skills in the case of the way that I remember it of STAR.
If you're lacking that skill,
structure sucks.
Find someone who is structured. It's simple. And the thing is in the entrepreneurial world, it's you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Hey, I have no skills in this tech thing. Can you help me? You see what I mean? Can you help me? And then he says, "Hey, I'm working on this pitch. Can you help me?" Yes. So you help each other and grow together instead of sitting there like drowning in your own chaos of doing. Oh my gosh, I can't get this done. Reach out to someone that you know, like, and trust, and remember, and say, "Hey, what you've got, I need. What I have, you need. Let's work together. Let's grow together." That's how teams form. That's how organizations of networking groups of entrepreneurs grow. We use each other to grow each other.
I look at also, I mean, you've heard the statement, it takes a village.
Mhm.
I grew up in the Midwest where there's a lot of farming. There's a lot of Amish and those kind of things. And it's really neat to see the entire neighborhood come together and build a barn.
Yeah, it's
So
beautiful.
why not use that concept to help build your business? Now, sometimes you don't have to go out to this expert and say, give me everything that you have for free for me to build my business. Sometimes it's a matter of just learning where you need to get started.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little word of advice. But then again, if it's become something like you were saying earlier, I relate that to cars because if it's going to take me 2 hours to repair my car, but it's only going to cost me, say, $100 to get it fixed, yeah, my time is worth more than $50 an hour.
Yeah.
So a lot of times your business can be put that way too when it comes to the logic and it comes to the finances and stuff. How much is it going to cost you to do it and have somebody else do it? Or how much is it going to take you to have a learning curve and finally solve the problem? Sometimes it's a day instead of an hour. Sometimes you have that day, but a lot of times you can be much more productive if somebody else takes care of the problem. Wow, that was genius. That was
Now,
genius.
for those of you who don't own a house and you're like, I've never ripped out carpet, I'm never going to. I live in an apartment or a townhome and I'm renting from someone else. The analogy still works. Have you ever called your landlord or whoever is owning that place and say, there's a leak under my sink?
Mm-hmm.
And they come in, they do, well, in order to come and fix your sink, I need the window between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. And I'm going to come in, make sure your pets are gone. And if you can clear out the area, and they do all that. And
Sounds like the cable
yeah.
guy.
And then they said, at 6 o'clock, you get home from work and you're like, they never came in. And you call them and they, well, I didn't make it in today. Can you come in? I'll keep it all out for tomorrow. Okay, I need to shower and stuff. I got everything out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they finally come in and do this, they say, oh, I don't have the piece for that. I'm gonna have to order that. So just you can put everything back in, but when it comes in, I'm gonna, ask you to take it all back. You know that give the mouse a cookie again. It starts
Where did you
small.
get that? I have never heard that before.
It's a book. It's a kid's book called "You Give a Mouse a Cookie." You give
Really?
a mouse a cookie, and the mouse will do. This cookie's so good, but I really need a glass of milk. So you'd have to go get a glass of milk for that for the mouse. But when you give the mouse a glass of milk and he's drinking his milk, he does. Oh, my tummy kind of hurts because that's a lot of milk and a lot of cookies, kind of sweet for late at night. So then you have to go get him an antacid. So when you get him an antacid, you have to give him water to put the. It just keeps adding and
Okay,
adding.
now I get it.
And then you get to this, I mean, it's a really really long story, and at the end it's like, and then the mouse is really sad, and he da 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 da, and he really really is hungry because now he's been doing all this stuff. So what do you want to do? Well, he really wants a cookie, and it starts all over again.
Wow.
So when I say give a mouse a cookie, it's one thing leads to another and another and another, and it really, the original problem was, did you give the mouse the cookie in the first place? So in your businesses, are you fixing the problem you need to fix, or are you just putting a band-aid, like on my arm, a band-aid to cover the problem
Which is
until,
temporary.
which is temporary, until a crisis moment happens and you really wish you fixed what was underneath that band-aid? That's really what we're talking about. Prioritization is very important for anyone
Right.
in business, okay?
Yeah, I think once you discover the problems, then you have to prioritize them. And it still goes back to building it from the foundation up because you've got to take care of the most important things that are going to keep your business in business or keep it stable, then work on the next thing, then work on the next thing. And the next thing you know, you're adding the whipped cream and cherries to the top of it to make your business totally special.
Well, now something I want to make sure I say in here. Many of my clients are in started their business already and then they get stuck, and that's how they reach me and they do, help me. I started but now I don't know where to go. Now what we're talking about being prioritizing and things like of that nature. Don't let not knowing every step stop you from moving in the first place, okay? We're not saying get everything lined up and know everything perfectly and know everything before you move, or you will never move.
Oh, it's
Well,
like having kids.
yes, but what you need to do,
I curved it off. I'm sorry.
you did.
That's like having kids because you never know if you're going to wait to have kids. You'll until you're financially set and ready. You'll never have kids.
Exactly. So you must start moving somewhere and learn on the way, okay? It's not that you have to have everything in line to move. If
Right.
you do that, time is a wasting.
Right.
Today is tomorrow is never a promise to you. You must act. Move one step at a time and grow as you move. Okay.
And
Don't get stifled by overwhelm.
right, and even if we look
Really.
back at the podcast, I mean, everything has changed and is evolving as we go forward.
And
Even
you're
with the
with us.
and you're with us. If you've been with us since the beginning, you can see where things have changed a little bit. Yeah, our background's
Hi,
the same.
garbage man.
Yep, there's the garbage man. Things have changed a little bit, but our sound quality has gotten a little bit better. Our timing's got a little bit better. Our intro's a little bit better. Now it's not perfect. We can guarantee that, but we're darn good.
Practically perfect in every way.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to be perfect. The thing is as a speaker, I purposely will put ums and pauses and do what did I say again, and have the audience answer for me,
Right.
because perfection is not human.
Right.
And if you are so perfect, people do, there is no way I can do what that person's doing. And you're in network marketing and you're looking for people to grow on
Right.
your team,
Right.
and you're so perfect, they do. There is no way I can do it. I will never join that team. You see where we're going at?
Yeah.
Be you, be human, be unapologetically you. Make mistakes.
You know,
We're always making mistakes.
you know, one of my favorite things is too,
Hi, Gervin, too,
when
and
you are
Lorelei.
perfect, or at least you think you are. When you are perfect, they say the old saying that I've always heard is you realize that it sometimes the smartest thing is to play dumb or to be dumb.
Yeah, you'd never want to be the smartest one in the room, anyways.
No, you never want to be the smartest smartest guy in the room.
I don't want to be the smartest room either.
You also have to be inquisitive, or you have to ask questions. And if you don't ask questions because you think you know everything, well, sometimes you will not get to the bottom of what that client that you might be trying to prospect wants. You've got to ask the question. You can't just presume that you know exactly what they want, what they need, where it's going, and just because they have skin, they need your product.
Well, and here's the thing. If you are in a business, owning a business, in a part of a business, an employee of have children, have a spouse, wake up every morning, you're a leader. Okay. You lead yourself, you lead others. Strong leaders are strong listeners. Think about that. Anyone who wants to be a leader cannot stand here and just dictate everything.
Well, you
Okay.
can't be a leader without being a follower, right?
Yes, you must be able to listen to the people around you. And if you think you're so good that you don't have to listen, you're not a leader.
Oh. I
And
went through that for a long time. I never wanted to be a follower.
you
My
can be
my
both.
personal history, I never wanted to follow. I always wanted to lead, but I was always told that all he wants to do is lead, and he ain't worth it.
And see, my thing is I like to lead from behind. I like to show people the way and guide them. I don't want to tell them. I say, why don't you try that? Work on that.
Yeah,
That's really good. You're really good
push
at that.
pull.
I kind of push you forward to what you do well so that you can realize on your own. So I'm not in front of you saying, here, this is what to do. I'm pulling you.
Right.
I stand behind you and do, you got this.
Right.
And don't worry, if you fall, I'll catch you. Just
Well, there was somebody
you got
says
this.
somebody else said you can pull people with a rope, you can't push them with a rope.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the same idea. You can pull people, you can lead people, you can get them to jump in your little red wagon. If you know that story, you know, get in my little red wagon. I'm going places. You know, and even Linda and I, as you know, some of the stuff that we've done in the past.
Linda's his business partner.
Yes,
Okay.
Linda, my business partner, as we've done with networking groups and stuff, it was we're going to the top. I don't know where you're going, but we're going to the top. And if you want to follow, jump in our little red wagon and we'll take you there.
Oh, yes. Oh,
So we're pulling, not pushing.
my friend, my business partner is doing his Breakthrough Business Boot Camp in September 24th through 27th. He's doing it virtual and online. So if you're interested, write me or find the page, Breakthrough Business Mastery Boot Camp.
Wow, that was another commercial.
I wanted to
Good
do that
timing.
because we're talking about businesses and learning things and growing as a business and how to become a strong business. He's a coach like me, so we work together to help businesses grow. That's what we do. And
Right.
so this 3-day event is we have a whole bunch of entrepreneurs and businesses come together,
Mhm.
and we train them, high level train them in different things so that they know where is their weak point, and then they can partner up with other businesses.
Is it with is it for everybody?
Yeah.
Whether you're new to business
Yes.
entrepreneurship?
Yes. It's pretty awesome.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. So reach out if you're interested.
Okay, so
Sorry about that.
we got 5 more minutes. What are we going to talk about?
Priority. and we're going to go right back to the whole thing about carpet stains. Carpet stains and prioritization.
It just sounds so weird talking about carpet stains.
Well, we have to, full disclosure, okay? We were sitting on the porch and he was talking about having to change his carpet and I started laughing. And I said, yeah, change your carpet.
No, don't go there.
And he's like, no, we can't do that. That would be kind of funny. And so we had this whole carpet exchange going on, laughing about carpets. And then
that is not an advertisement either.
No, it is not. And then our director, our producer, came in mid sentence as we're giggling about this, and he said, "No, not using that title is not going to happen.
Can't put that title on
You
it.
two wackadoodles are not allowed to use that title." So it's like, aw, but it was funny.
Clickbait.
It was clickbait. So back to the whole thing about carpets. The basic line is sometimes in your business, in your life, in your relationships, you notice that there's one small problem.
Mhm.
Be prepared, be mentally ready that once you mess with that one spot, it may become a bigger problem. You might not be able to just clean that one spot. You might have to work on the whole carpet, the whole floor. And once you get to that, you might realize that once you clean all that there's a bigger problem underneath all of that, and that it's more of a foundational problem. It's not just a superficial problem. So keep in mind, when you look at a problem, be prepared for the other outcomes, the possibilities of what may be there, and make sure you fix the foundation of that problem so that it will eventually fix the surface problem you saw.
Well, one thing I want to point out there, you use the word may.
May.
It may be a problem. It may be bigger than what it looks like. It may need to be fixed, or it may not need to be fixed. And I think that's important to realize too, because the problem may just be simple and it's fixable and you just move on.
Yes.
It's easy peasy and there's no big deal.
Except in Brian's house. The man's now painting walls and ceilings.
I've been here for 14 years.
Yeah, but it went from floors to ceilings, okay?
Yes.
Can you imagine cleaning one spot and ending up doing an entire room? And what I'm laughing, because I had a dream about this last night, that he finished this room and finished the carpet and came out into the hallway of his house and went, well, now I have to do the other room.
Oh, well, that's already in the plan.
See?
Yeah, that's already in the plan. We're going to do one room at a time. The one I'm working on is the master bedroom right now. So here in about another week and a half or so, we'll be moving on to the other one. But there was my learning curve, and I've been using this room as the learning curve to know what to expect when I pull up the carpet, to know what I'm going to have to fix, make sure I've got the right tools for everything, how to put down the new floor. We even changed the color. I didn't tell you that.
Darker?
Yes, we went darker on one of our accent walls.
I
think that's one of those.
Accent walls tend to be darker.
Yeah, that's one of those interior decorator words, that accent walls.
But and that's why you need to pay attention to your problems. Sometimes, as business owners, we see a little bitty spot. Oh my God, this subfloor is gone, and I'm gonna have to give up my business. And you blow this thing out of proportion. That's why I use the word may. Sometimes it's just a spot.
Another good example too.
What?
You remember back in the '80s, Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
The Money Pit.
Yeah, yeah. Look up the movie, The Money Pit.
It was an awesome movie. It was a perfect example of everything that we're talking about.
It's not Kurt Russell. It's Tom Hanks and Shelley Long.
Really?
Yeah, that's The Money Pit.
Well, I plug them all.
We were watching, talking about Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the father and all that.
Right. The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
he's brain skittish.
So we're down to that last minute or so.
Well, we're not on really any timer.
No,
so if anyone ever came on and wanted to ask a question, we could give it to
So
them.
at this point, we should at least tell who we are again and, what they
Who
should
are
do.
you, by the way?
I'm Brian, by the way.
What do you do?
I'm actually a finance guy.
Actually. What is that? What do you mean finance guy? Are you a banker?
No. I actually sit down with families, middle-income America, help them get out of debt, plan for retirement, plan for the kids' education, and just protect and save their money.
What else do you do, Mr. Man?
I own a couple other businesses that are shut down at the moment.
The reason I partnered with him is he's a networking genius. Okay?
Oh, networking, yes. I do a lot of networking.
He's very good at networking. He's very good at remembering what people do, how they do, and connecting people. He's one of those kind of people. He does, oh, yeah, you want that? So-and-so's got that. And that's the kind of person he is. That's why I partnered with him, because that's one of my weak points in my life. I, as a international speaker, and
I
as
wanna
an
be an
author,
international
as
speaker.
you are, because right now we're
Oh,
international.
oh, I know. There's people that are.
Yes,
Yeah.
from all over the world. So
Hey,
you're international.
I'm an international speaker.
Yeah, that's why I kind of giggle about that. So I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer, and I coach people, and I'm an author, and
Right.
I'm a podcaster. And my weak point is I meet people from all over the world and I connect them, but sometimes the details of the quick meetings fall out of me.
Right.
I wanted to be partnered with Brian because what I lack, he has the strength in. Yeah.
Oh, wrong hand.
Right hand, there it
Right
is.
hand.
So that's the thing. So find someone that helps fill the gap in your business to help your businesses grow together. Okay. And that's really what this is all about. Sometimes a spot is just a spot, but sometimes it shows you a deeper problem that you need to work with.
Right.
And learning curves are steep. Yes, Marcel, they are.
Yes.
But they can be managed.
And Marcel also says, and a great friend. I think we can add to that, and we can put the word "get" in there when it comes to our businesses. Get a good friend.
Get a good friend.
Get a great friend. Get somebody that can fill the voids of what you don't know, your expertise. Get the information from them, garner the information, and bounce things off of each other, because sometimes we all have different things. One of the And to use an example, I mean, I think we're going to go a little longer here, but
Well, to say, because I have an example too. Hold on.
Give an example. When you and I started doing this, I've got all of my past experience, all of my marketing skills. Well, I was at a point that I had done it for so long that I wanted to see what you were going to come up with. I wanted to see what your marketing messages were that went out on Facebook. I wanted to see what you were doing. So I stepped back and was like, yeah, okay, we'll get something new here. Maybe we can mix it all up. Is that fair? I think.
Friendship, what a perfect friendship. No, and that's really what works is you find someone who accents you so you can grow.
Right.
We are growing as businesses separately and together at the same time. That's power. And like with great friends, Marcel, if you ever wonder where I get these little blingy things that I'm always wearing, Marcel's my supplier, okay? When
Supplier.
she's my supplier of bling, because my thing is when I first started speaking, I would go on stage and I always wore the exact same little tiny earrings, and I never wore anything. I was very, and
I know somebody that does that. That's their key, their signature. They have one pair of earrings that they wear.
Yeah, well,
And they're a money person.
Really?
Yeah, they public speak about money.
Oh, see.
I don't want to pass the name out because of the fact that we're not talking about that.
Yeah, but Marcel, she dresses me with my bling, my bling. Right, Marcel?
Things change a little bit now and then, don't you?
Yeah, she makes me look good. She makes me bling up. But I have a lot of people like that who surround me. So if you ever see me on stage, I'm wearing like amazing shoes. Marcel's also the one who hooked me up with those things too. So it's just things like that. I partner with different people. My face is another person who taught me how to use makeup. That's another person
And you
I
learn
paired
how
up
to do
with.
it left-handed now.
I'm completely ambidextrous. I believe it's really awesome. So, anyways, we better stop while we're ahead.
Stop, drop, and roll.
While we're ahead, before another hummingbird comes by and we get distracted. Please, if anything on this program today or any of the past ones have impressed upon you or helped you push through your learning curve or any of that nature, we implore you to help get our name out because we need our YouTube page to grow.
Let us know down below.
Yes, let us know down below.
Or to the side.
Wait, where is it? Right there. See that button? This thing I hear, that Denim and Pearl thing? If you click it on the video, yeah, if you click it on the video, it will say follow, like, or share or something like that. Or do you want to follow or notified when they go live? Click it so you get it when we're live. And when we come on live, please share it. Then we're going to have a link below for the YouTube, and I'm pretty sure Nicholas just put it down there. Yep. He is our producer, by the way. The YouTube channel, we need you to please get people to go over there and like it and share it and subscribe because we need 200 followers so we can change our URL to not be a VIN number, which is XYZW1255. We need it to just say Denim and Pearls.
That sounds good. I think so.
Thank you so much for joining us live.
We're Denim and Pearls.
With Pearls of Wisdom. My name is
Michelle.
Business Casual. Business Casual.
With Pearls of Wisdom
from the porch. My name is Michelle Moras, and this is Brian Swanson.
Oh, we forgot this part.
Oh, wait. Signature glasses. 1 second. Join us next week on Friday.
Peace.
Peace.